Dum-de-dum-dum-dum. Let's see if the Podtrack's moving up and down. Streamlabs is moving side to side. And that's another Bottom of the Glass Nation show brought to you by Gen X Talks from the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada. I always forget to tell you where I'm at. Not that it's important. But today I feel like it's important. Thought I'd let you guys know we did make it back from the land of Bakersfield, sunny, almost Southern California. And I'm sitting here with my current wife, Gen X Mom. Hello.
Hello. Could you pin the thing on YouTube?
I'm not on YouTube. How am I going to pin on YouTube? I'm not even on YouTube. I am on Facebook Blue. Bum, bum, bum.
Well, I cannot pin. I do not have that power.
God's sakes. Gonna try to pin. You don't have somebody on staff who can pin. You know, Trevi Pineapple used to pin. Everybody pinned. Now I got to do the pinning. It's my freaking job to pin.
The moderators that are there do not have the power either.
Well, somebody's going to have to. All right, there we go. I'm back on Facebook Blue with Shiloh Ferguson, who is your moderator on Facebook tonight. Also,
you have an announcement to make.
Also, Dale Wine, Aaron Heath, Chad Hoffman, blah, blah, blah. You see how I'm ignoring her, how she interrupts me? I don't care. I have friends to attend to. Talking about my friends over on Facebook Blue. There now, see who's there. Danielle said Chad and Aaron and Dale and Dan Dirts. Didn't forget you, Dan, there. Now that I'm done. Now that I've moved from this segment to this one. I'm sorry, sweetheart. What were you interrupting me with? Because I still haven't checked in. I still haven't done my intro. I still haven't done the $1.2 million view. But if you want to skip all of those wonderful things and get right to announcements in the program, I guess everyone holding their glass, holding their glass waiting to drink can just sit there and stare at the screen.
Well, they're going to drink when I tell them this news.
Well, then hold on. Let's get you on here. Bum, 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 bum. There's Gen X Mom. I don't have a background on that one. Ooh, wow. That's scary looking. Okay, go ahead.
So we have a great announcement from the Bottom of the Glass family. Our very own Trippy Pineapple and Disney Sammy Joe have had their baby.
Oh, my God.
They had their baby early. They had it this morning at 8:30, 8 something this morning, Eastern Standard Time. They are now proud parents to a little boy named Silas, and he was 3 pounds, 10 ounces.
I do have a story.
Dude. What's your story?
Story that goes along with that. I was talked to Sammy Joe today on the phone, and I said, is everything going okay? And she says, yeah, a little weird in the delivery room with the baby and stuff. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, well, as soon as the baby was removed and cleaned up and everything was going how it's supposed to, and she was getting put back together, as one does when you have a baby, Trippy Pineapple was giving the baby a very thorough inspection. And Sammy Joe looks over and says, what are you doing? I mean, it's one thing to inspect the baby, 10 fingers, 10 toes,
right.
Something like that. He says, I'm just making sure it looks like me. I said, oh, well, you just never know with things like that. So it's a good call, Trippy. Inspect that baby right at the beginning before you sign that birth certificate, my man. Make sure it looks like you. That's all I'm saying. All right. Now we're going to get back to the other part of the program, the beginning part of the program, the part of the program where we're supposed to start off. Bum, 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 bum. Now, everyone raise a glass. We have to kick this pig in the normal direction, which is up over the goalpost. And today, these goalposts are mounted right under that sunset, that perfect sunset with that perfect view in a perfect glass of Pendleton. Now, I can't remember the number on the Pendleton. This is Sun Valley Fox going to beat me in the head. 1910 Pendleton, 1910, I do believe. Boy, that is the stuff there. And this is the $1.2 million view as the sun sets around the mountains concerning South Lake Tahoe. We've got our glass and drink. Do you have yours? Raise a glass right now. I'm drinking water tonight because I've been under the weather, and Jack Daniels doesn't bring me back. It puts me down, and we want me to be back for the show. All right, drink up.
Well, let me see if there's anything in the sheets while you're drinking.
There could be. There might be.
All Trippy Pineapple himself, the new daddy, is checking in at 41 months.
41 months he's been hanging around here. Trippy, don't you got something better to do? I'm telling
Obviously you did a little while ago. But hydrate. He wants you to hydrate. He's back.
I did. I read it. I've been hydrating. We're good to go there. All right. Da-dum-dum-dum. So now it's the Bottom of the Glass Nation show. Now I'm in an office building. Now I've transferred to the office where I can get some things done around here. Some important stuff going on. Okay. So where did we start? We start at the beginning. If you are late to the program or you didn't get the notification, please consider joining Patreon. It's $1. Not only do you get to see 4.5 years of behind-the-scenes footage. You can scroll back through posts. just for members only. A lot of content that we put it out all the time. But you also get an email notification letting you know when we're going online 30 minutes before we go online for anything. Any show we do, any podcast, anything, we shoot you guys an email and say, hey, we'll see you in 30 minutes if you want to show up. But at least it lets you make the choice, because platforms, Facebook and YouTube, and they still restrict certain channels, conservative channels, correct thinking channels. Instead of calling us right wing, maybe you should just call us right so far leaning channel. Wouldn't that be appropriate? I think it would. All right, there you go. Patreon's the number there. I'm going to get myself in trouble with the next purchase I make. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I haven't told you about it, but it's on its way.
You mean a new house?
No. How am I going to get in trouble for a new house? How do you purchase a new house? And
what the heck is that?
You can print on your cookies. You make cookies with icing on them, or you buy them with plain icing, and you can print whatever you want. That guy's made his look like a pizza. But what if you had like a pink frosting and you printed 2 big boobs on the cookie? Now hear me out. Hold on before you.
So you're going to start making cookies. Cool.
Okay, listen to me, because the important part isn't who's making the cookies. What's important here is that boobs in natural life, the way God intended, boobs come in all shapes and sizes and colors. Nipple size, nipple placement, blah, blah. I mean, it's all different. But with this printer, we can make to order. Someone could actually send me a picture of their wife's boobs or their girlfriend's boobs, and I can hey, I can make that into a cookie. I can do that for you.
Oh, my
Would
goodness.
I be willing to? You're goddamn right I would.
Why don't you buy this for Sahara? Because she's the baker.
Well, why can't I make them?
She'll make them for you.
She can probably do it by hand. She's that good. I got to use a machine. I'm just saying that, the possibilities are endless for a fella like me and a machine like that. It just keeps you going.
Well, Kevin Grimes is stating that 2 big boobs on a cookie that small will be small boobs.
Well, you got to put things in perspective, man. Kevin, you got to put things in perspective. Okay, 1 boob on each cookie? I don't know. Come on, man.
And then Danny H says, so the general wants to get into the nookie cookie business.
Nookie? What? I hadn't thought of that. Leave it to Danny H. Danny H has got to be the best goddamn sidekick a person could ever have, because he's right there with the jabs, just as I would say them. In fact, he puts them out a little bit before I do sometimes. That's so cool.
And
thank you, Danny
Rock
H.
and Roll Noel says variety is the spice of life.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, baby. It's all I'm trying to tell you. And I stumbled across something in my efforts to go along with Facebook and Instagram today and help Gen X mom out in her endeavor for nostalgia posts. And I saw something today. And do you know how we try, as citizens of the world, as citizens of America, the manufacturing industry tries to make things idiot-proof because you don't want to get sued, and plus you'd really like it if most Americans could use whatever product you're putting out there. Wouldn't you agree? Good. Glad you're coming along with me on that. But I saw something today that makes perfect sense.
What's that?
It says, if you make something idiot-proof, they'll just make a better idiot. She got the bow and arrow backwards in that picture. But you see what I'm saying? I thought, isn't that the damn truth? If you make something idiot-proof, they'll just make a better idiot. And then you have to fix... I don't know how to fix that. But anyway, just so you know, I thought that was... I'd be a good bumper sticker. If you make something idiot-proof, they'll just make a better idiot. All right. So jumping over into politics real quick. Zamrami Hamwami, the commie, that's Cuomo on the right. But this guy on the left is going for the mayor of New York. He's winning. He's leading all the polls. And he's not even ashamed about being a communist. Government-run stores. Take your money, take all of New Yorkers' money, and put it back in the community where he thinks it's needed the most. Running stores. Now, that's just a grocery store, but what happens if they do another store? What if they happen an electronics store? Well, we're going to regulate groceries so everyone's treated fairly. Prices are regulated. Everyone can afford what we're doing. In fact, it's working so well with groceries. Let's do it with electronics.
You know what? Somebody asked him what he does for a job.
Yeah?
And he said he's not working. His his family is supporting him while he's campaigning.
That's so nice of them. But what if we take grocery stores and make them electronic stores? What if we take it from electronic stores and we say, car dealerships, everyone should be able to afford a car. So we're going to run those for you. I mean, the guy's not ashamed to tell you, I'm a communist. I'm running things with a socialist agenda. And if you turn over your city to me, I'll make everything okay. Now, New York used to be the Big Apple, the melting pot. It used to
where
be
everybody wanted to go.
The epitome
Yes.
of America. The Statue of Liberty's nearby. The New York Yankees. I mean, and you guys over at New York, he's winning. You're seriously going to turn this over to this motherfucker, and he's going. There's a dude in Chicago trying to do the same thing. I have no idea what's going on with you hillbillies back there. But that's what you've turned into, is a town of 7 million hillbillies. If you're going to vote for something like this, I can't even believe it. You could at least have the balls to say, okay, things aren't working out the way they're supposed to. We got to clean house. We got to reorganize. But this guy's wrong. This guy's not. This can't do it. I wish Andrew Cuomo would just come out and say, even if you don't vote for me, don't vote for that guy. Anybody, the slogan should be anybody but that guy. For the Republican candidate, it should be anybody but that guy. Andrew, as an independent, he should say anybody but that guy. I'm better, you should say. I'm your best choice. But if you're not going to vote for me, not him. There should be a check mark at the bottom of the ballot, not him, where everybody can do that. I'm just saying, I have never in my lifetime, I've been around the sun 57 laps on this little blue marble. 57 birthdays I've had. I don't think I've ever, in the history of paying attention, seen a guy just come out and go, fuck it, I'm a communist. I'm doing socialist stuff. Vote for me. And you people are going along with it. I have no idea why. Has New York fallen into such disrepair? Is it that fucked up? Are you that desperate that you'd vote for that guy? Because that's what it is. You're so desperate for change, you'd vote for anything.
It's going to fall apart. New York's going to fall apart. My brother made an interesting comment to me. We were talking about California and LA and stuff. And he says, you know what's wrong with California? He sat back and he was like, you know what's wrong? The infrastructure is failing. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that is so true. That's what's happening. So I think that's what's happening with New York.
So overhaul it, fix it. But put it back the way it was 60 years ago, 70 years ago. Go back to that business model, get rid of the corruption, but not this. Yeah. This is worse than corruption. This is right over the waterfall shit. Also, just so you guys know, yes, there has been a page we started of stuff my dad likes. And Briggs puts it out there, stuff my dad likes. And it's just as we stumble across things that happen to be, oh, yeah, it's like my number one favorite go-to thing. There's lots of stuff out there. But if you want a go-to sauce, we don't sell this. But your moderators can put up a link. All the stuff, if there's like individual tools that you guys have said, what was the name of that tool you used for this? We've gone back, and every time we're doing these things, I'm stumbling across stuff. Sometimes there's an affiliate link, which gives us a couple bucks if you buy it through the affiliate link. If you're going to buy something off there, just use the link, please. It helps us. But there's some things, there's no link, there's no affiliation. Pendleton's on there. Sun Valley Fox and I and Dr. McDreamy dreamed the same Pendleton. No affiliate link, but we just put it up there for you to find it. Isla del Sol Cigars, no link, but we put it up there because you guys always ask, what do you drink? What do you smoke? What's your stuff? There's some stuff up there. It's important that you guys have that, just because you guys have always asked me for years, well, what does the general have here? What does he think? What does he grab? What does he do? If you run to the grocery store and you're grabbing a go-to thing, no, this is it.
We get emails on that stuff.
We do. So, it's not like out of arrogance, well, since everybody wants to know what I'm dipping my my wings in tonight, I'll let you in. No, it's not like that. You guys ask me what's my baseline for doing stuff and mixing things. Well, this is one of them. So you guys should have that up there. Just so you know, it's kind of important. This came across the feed today. Boy, Supreme Court formally asked to overturn the landmark same-sex marriage ruling. I was thinking, I did not click on this article. I did not want to click on this. You guys know sometimes these things come across Google and I'm thinking about clicking and I'm like, yeah, should I look? Should I not? I want to go back to California years ago. It's probably, I want to say this was probably maybe even 20 years ago now, 18 years ago. California was having a big uprising of same-sex marriage being legal or not legal. So California stood there and said, hey, we're going to put it to a vote of the people. We're going to put it on the ballot. You guys are going to decide. You guys choose what we're doing here. They did. Everybody in California voted. And same-sex marriage was voted down by a substantial margin. As soon as that went through and the votes were counted, it's like, okay, California as a whole said, no, we would prefer not to have same-sex marriage legal. Guess what? The California legislature did. They went to the Supreme Court, in California Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court of California said, yeah, that's unconstitutional. That same-sex marriage is okay. Do what you want. Now, they would have just done that in the beginning and just said, no vote, no nothing. Don't worry about a discussion. It's legal. Same-sex marriage is okay. It's ratified. You can all continue doing it. But they thought the majority of the people in the state of California were going to vote against it. They thought, or I'm sorry, for it. They thought the majority of the people in the state of California were going to vote for it. They thought everyone was going to get on board. California and the governor and the legislature said, just put it to a vote. That way we can show everyone in the country we are abiding by the will of the people. We'll put it to a vote. Same-sex marriage will win. And we can show what a great state we are by leading the way. And then it got voted down. And they actually took it to the state Supreme Court after that and said, never mind about the vote. Forget it. Just forget it even happened. You can do what you want. Now, other states followed suit and just said it was the same. It's interesting that they're bringing this to the Supreme Court right now to have it overturned. I wonder what would happen, and I don't know, but I wonder what would happen in the United States if the entire country had it on a ballot. I wonder if it would happen at the midterm elections, put out there a ballot for everyone in the state. If it was a popular vote, I'm just asking, what do you guys think? Yeah, Jennick's mom.
I have clarification since you didn't click on this one. This lady is the clerk that would not give out a marriage certificate to the same-sex couple. I remember who she was. She started that whole debate, yeah. Yeah. And she said it was against her religion to even participate. I won't give you the paperwork, so you can't file for it. Go to another window. I do remember that part of the story. But now it's interesting that it went to the Supreme Court. It's almost like they didn't, over the past few years, they didn't want to bring it to a vote of the people of the United States. But if there's really nothing in the Constitution that says one way or the other, if there's no clarity there, because that wasn't an issue when they wrote it, that wasn't even an option. Is marriage even in the Constitution? Why wouldn't you
let the people vote on it? Let the whole country say, you guys decide.
Yeah.
When Schwarzenegger was the governor of California, he did that a lot. He said, look, if we're having struggles with this, put it to a vote. That was one of the things I did like about Arnold was he's like, let the people just be heard. Let's just do what they want. That's all he said. I don't think we should be voting every Thursday all year long. That would get a little monotonous. That's why we have legislature, so we don't have to vote on everything. But some stuff, put it to the people and let's really hear what's going on. I'm with that, just so you know. All right, let me check in over here. Johnny O says, yes, they did have the baby. Dale Wine checking in there. Who else is in here? Who snuck in here on Facebook Blue? Jonathan Robert King, what the hell does he know about the real world then? Who are you talking about? Wait, he's not working? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's not working. Jonathan, he's talking. Jonathan Robert King's like, if he doesn't have a job, the Kami Zwemwami, then what does he fucking know? He's shut the fuck up. Although Jonathan Robert King did not use the word shut the fuck up. I added that on there for him because that's what he wanted to say, but he just felt bad about us saying it, so I sold it for him. All right.
Okay, so can I give you a few things?
Give me a few things.
Rumble. TJ Wrench says cookies be bad for the diet.
I didn't say I was going to eat them. I just said I was going to
make them
and then look at them and then touch them.
Russell Covey on Facebook Personal says, hey, General, I'm having problems with the compensator on my Harley. Would you upgrade or do a delete?
What year Harley? Well, he's got a newer one. I've seen the pictures on Russell Covey's site. He's got a newer one. Probably if you could do a factory delete, you'd be okay. If you try to mess with it aftermarket, you better make sure it's a complete upgrade, or it'll be funny after that. That's my opinion. There you go.
All right.
Anything else?
They want to know if we have an Amazon store.
We do not, but there's a couple things coming up that are Amazon related. We'll be bringing to you shortly, but no, we don't have an Amazon store, but there's some other stuff we're coming up with.
That's a great idea.
It is. Can I continue now, please? And
Sean
thank
MacArthur
you?
gave us 200 stars for the Nookie Cookie Fund.
There we go. That's what we're talking about. Facebook helping us out there. Thank you.
All right.
So everyone in the sports world is talking about the NFL's to appeal the court's decision on Gruden's lawsuit. And most of you don't give a shit about this anyway. So let me pull this back into a context not sports related. Not sports related. The short version of how we got here is Gruden wrote a bunch of emails back and forth over a certain period of time. He said derogatory shit. I don't know, about gays or blacks or I don't know what he said. I didn't read the emails, but it was so controversial that they're like, you got to get the fuck out of here. So he quits. And then he's suing the NFL, and the NFL says, you can't sue us. You signed a contract. You have to go through arbitration. Arbitration means there's no discovery. You can't bring evidence. There's just it's guys talking and very limited. I mean, there's some stuff you can bring, but very limited. But what Gruden wanted to do, and pay attention, is not sports related. I didn't say the word. Did I say hike touchdown football? Did I yell Omaha? No. Listen. Think about what he's doing. He just won this. They're going to have to appeal it, and they're probably going to lose. But he won that he could sue them. He can sue the NFL. He can sue Roger Goodell. When it goes to a court that is not arbitration, he can now ask for discovery. His lawyers can ask for evidence because he wants to bring out all the emails. What if he says, I think other coaches have done this too, and you singled me out. I want to see every email between every coach in the NFL for the past 10 years. And they have to do it. Now, not only does that expose other coaches, hold on. Here's the kicker. Think of all the coaches and owners and the NFL. If all the emails, if there's 6 million emails and they get a Doge team to go through them, think about what gets exposed during the Black Lives Matter era. Oh. Who pushed to have Black Lives Matter in the end zone and on the field goal post and on people's jerseys and all the Me Too movement and the Antifa stuff? All of it comes out. If he gets his way and goes to court and his lawyers want to, they can bring every email out possible. You don't think the NFL will settle? You don't think they'd pay him $1 billion to shut up and go away? This isn't sports related. I'm telling you, this is in the environment of a sports community. But if he wins this and it does go to court, his lawyers can expose everything and it can become public information really quickly. And you not just learn what everyone's saying and doing, but you're going to have people talking about all the stuff that's hidden deep. What about the name changes with the Washington Redskins? How did people feel about it? What did they say? We're going to learn everything. This could be something that goes deeper and deeper than anyone has said. And no, there's no sports analyst that I have heard that says it. You heard it first here, right? Yeah, on this show. Take that and just sit on that for a little bit and think about what that means if he wins this. I'm just saying, this isn't really sports related. For me, this was like, holy shit. This exposes billionaires and corporations to all of their real feelings about lots of different issues, not just racist stuff, but there's gay and homosexual
stuff.
stuff.
I think it's going to pass because they're telling people that are going for jobs now that their emails, their text messages, their social media, us Joe Blows can have our stuff looked at. So why can't it be flipped around that you can see a corporation?
Well, now, yeah, but he has to go. He signed a contract that he wouldn't take him to court. So he can't. But if he wins that, it's like, no, you're a private citizen taking them to court. It's not in your contract dispute. You're suing them civilly for what they did because it was almost like a wrongful termination. That doesn't. He's saying I don't have to go through arbitration. You've already fired me, or I've already quit. We're done. We've settled. I'm going after something else. If he wins that, it's big. I'm just saying there's a chance in there. So whatever. Chris Yerger's in here. He's got something to say. Johnny H. Who am I missing over here? Did I miss a name that went by? James Court. Oh, Cody. James Cody. Good evening, Gen Xers and peeps. I just want to catch everybody. Angel. Oh my God. Angel Tipsword. That's like a porn name, isn't it?
It's something.
I'm Angel Tipsword. Here's a movie, Beavertown, starring Angel Tipsword and Kelly Dix. Remember Kelly Dix?
Be nice.
I didn't make up the name Angel Tipsword, and I didn't make up the name Kelly Dix. You guys did. Those are names.
Nobody made that up.
Yes, somebody made that up. It went by my screen. Okay. All I'm saying is that I just saw the name Angel Tipsword. I'm sorry if my mind went there. I can't help it. All right. Gen X Mom, I got a question for you.
What's that?
I had to click on this just to make sure, but I don't want you to cheat.
Okay.
So I want you to look at me. I'm going to put up the picture right now, but I want you to look at me. I'm going to get one question. It's simple. You ready?
Okay.
On a cruise, what is the one taboo word you're never allowed to say when you're on a cruise?
Iceberg.
Okay, that's your one guess. You don't get another guess. You don't get to rattle off 15 of them.
Okay, that's what just came.
Iceberg was my guess, too. That's not it. It was close. Anybody in the comment section?
Tidal wave?
Looking for Angel Tipsword to maybe say something in here? Chris Yerger, Angel Tipsword, she says, I swear it's my real name. Darnie Dalhelm, I'm here enjoying the show. Thank you, Darnie.
YouTube is saying fire?
Nobody on here in Facebook Blue's got a guess. Facebook Blue, come on, come alive, man.
Man overboard?
Aaron Heath, it's Aaron Heath just said overboard. No, the one word you can never say is Titanic.
Why?
Because it sank. What do you mean why? It was a boat that sank. And
it's the name of a boat. What? That's the first thing that comes to your mind? It doesn't for me. It's like, that was a big-ass ship.
I guessed, I guessed iceberg also, but iceberg was wrong. Titanic was the one word you're never allowed to say.
Titanic, or iceberg's better. Titanic.
James Morgan saying hello. Bryce Horning saying fire. You can't say fire. Shiloh goes, you can't yell Kraken. You can't yell big sea monster. Jason Seduth. Jason S. said hello all from Facebook Blue. All right.
Oh my God, somebody said botulism.
You run down the hall screaming botulism. All right, jumping back into the news. That's a dumb picture. Why is it over there? Should be over here. That's why we call this the drag and drop section of the program, as you might have noticed. Drag and drop, yeah. So Trump is sending troops into D.C. Now, I've only heard one counter argument or discussion to what he's doing. One that was valid. All the other ones are just liberal nonsense. But think about D.C. has had terrible death and crime rates forever. Trump comes in and says, okay, I'm tired of this shit. We're cleaning it up with the National Guard. We're just going to put a guy in every corner with a gun, and if you fuck up, you're going to get shot. Now, he didn't say that, but that's the idea. You put a guy with a gun on every corner, crime's going to go down. All right? Why would someone be opposed to this? I mean, I know the rhetoric. Well, you you can't have troops, and you're militarizing, you're nationalizing, you're just stressing people, and I don't want to live in a militarized city, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, what were you doing about it? In the last 40 years, what have you done? Well, we had some initiatives. We hired some more police, and we had some goodwill neighborhood stuff going on so people could watch. And we got those nice fellas with the red caps to be on the subways like they did in New York. Yeah, it still didn't work. Everybody's dying. Lots of crime. You're mad because someone's trying. If it doesn't work out, goes back to my thing. You assholes are so ignorant. Even liberals, why don't you say, okay, I'm not opposed to this, but I'm going to back the president. If it doesn't work out, then I'm going to say, I told you so, get the troops out of here. But you liberals always jump to, I told you so, before you even see if it can happen. This is going to go bad. It could be horrible. It could offend people. It could make things worse. It could be destructive, or it could work. Well, we don't want to say that because that's a good thing for the president. We don't want to give him any credit. No. I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you, like with the tariffs, like with the big, beautiful bill, like with everything, can you let it ride for a while? Can you be supportive? Can you help those soldiers stop crime? Can you help the economy along? And if it doesn't work, you'll be able to say, hey, Trump, I tried to help you with this. It's just not working out. But what you liberals always do is if this doesn't work out in Washington, you will have fought against it, tripped it up, tried to slow it down, tried to make it not work, and then you're going to point the finger at Trump and go, see, it didn't work, but you didn't try to help. You tried to make it fail. That's all you do is talk shit and make things worse. Why not encourage the situation, do the best you can, then you have a leg to stand on. Then you can say, Trump, I was with you, man. I tried to help you. I tried to help the cops. I tried to help the National Guard. I did everything I could as a citizen. This plan isn't working. It was a bad idea. Start over. Then someone will listen to you. But the problem is liberals, Democrats are in such a place in their heart that they fight against it, push against it, talk shit about it, and then blame the other guy when it doesn't work. Well, you helped it not work, dumbass. All right.
Oh, I have a question, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he's cleaning up Washington, D.C., but that is in the District of Columbia, which is not a state. So they do not have state police, correct?
I don't believe they do. It's such a small area. I don't think that D.C. has a state police. I could be wrong on that.
So the National Guard coming in, why would they object to that?
There's no governor that can stop it.
Okay, well,
I don't know
you
why.
don't think? Wait, our Washington D.C. is the first place that any outside foreign
dignitary
comes. We should definitely have that place picked up, cleaned up.
It's not a shining city on the hill. It's a dump.
Well, clean it up. That's what I say. Clean it up.
Well, the problem is, and here's what everyone's really afraid of. What if it works? What if he's in there for 6 months and he goes, look, now I'm just going to leave a small detachment of National Guard. We're going to ramp up, the police force. We're going to find some money to ramp up the police force, but it's all cleaned up and it's good now. It's been 6-8 months and crime's down. We're good. What's to stop him from saying, I'm going to do that to Chicago? I'm going to do it to Atlanta.
Well, if the governors can't do it.
But they'll oppose it again, even though he'll have evidence that it does work. They'll say, nah, leave us a shithole. Let our people keep dying. That's what they're going to say just because it's Trump. I'm just saying it's a good idea, and if it works, why wouldn't you be a mayor asking him to bring your troops in? But they'll fight it the whole way.
So do the Capitol Police patrol the District Assembly?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I thought they were only...
There is a D.C. police force, and the Capitol Police patrol the Capitol buildings and all the monuments and all that stuff. They do have a police force there. I don't know if they have a statewide one. Johnny O says D.C. only has a mayor. That's right. I would agree with that. Weak Capitol makes America weak. That's from Shiloh. She's smart.
That's very
She's smarter than us. All right. Let's see. So, speaking of places on the map that we have to talk about, I'm not trying to pick on Florida.
Yes, you are.
I'm really not.
Florida Man's in the chat on YouTube. So
Well, Florida Man's got to pay attention. Can you read that for me, Gen X Mom?
I'm not. It's not showing yet, babe.
How is it not showing yet? Are you that far behind?
Also, Facebook is telling you they're about 5 seconds behind when you ask them a question.
All right.
So this says, Florida Man tries to trade back a vehicle he stole from the dealership.
So only in Florida would you steal a car from a dealership, wait a couple days, bring that car back to the dealership, and go, hey, I'd like to trade this in on one of those over there. And they say, well, who's the owner of that vehicle? Oh, it's mine. I just bought it. I was waiting for the paperwork to, transfer a paperwork. It's in the middle of I have the title any day now, but...
So, wait a minute. So he went to the used car side?
I don't know.
Stole a used car one, then went to go get it. Why didn't he just start off with a new one? Why didn't you just start?
Why don't you just steal the car you want?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Not very
But only in Florida would you bring it back to the same dealership where some guy is going to go, wasn't that the motherfucker that drove off with our car on Friday? Wasn't that the same asshole that did it? I'm just saying.
Not very bright.
All right. Here's another one. Can you read that one yet? Gen X Mom?
Stand by. Florida babysitter put child in dryer and spun him around.
Now, Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I've raised 32 children. I'm not saying that on a particular day with a particular child, I haven't had this exact instinct. I haven't had this exact thought. Stuff their ass in a dryer and hit tumble while you sit outside on a chair and have a nice cold beverage. The difference between Florida and the other 49 states that I've lived in, we don't actually do it. Classic.
So I'm hoping that deputy shoved her ass in the dryer and turned it on tumble.
I'm just saying, to quote Sheriff Buford T. Justice, you can think about it, but don't do it. And she did. Whatever. I don't mean to pick on Florida, but Jesus Christ, you guys are the biggest bullseye I've ever seen. Gen X Mom, can you read the next one?
Stand by.
All right.
Once it gets here.
That's what I'm saying.
Man tries to pay for sex at a Florida club. Calls 911 to complain about not receiving services.
Now, you got to have some balls to call 911 and say, hey,
I'm cheated out of my...
I gave that woman $50 and she did not give me the blowjob I wanted. In fact, I didn't get one at all.
Guess what I would have said? 911 dispatch. Oh, take that to civil court.
Sue her civilly. Yeah, have her arrested and take her. Now, to be fair with this guy, I do realize why he called 911.
Why is that?
Well, it's simple. When you have a crime, you call 911 for the cops. When you have a fire, you call the fire department. I mean, if you have a bear in your house, you call animal control. If there is a Colombian hiding drugs in your attic, you call the FBI or the DEA. There are agencies to call with every problem you have in this country. As Americans, do we have a remedy? Do we have a place we can call as men in this country when sexual services have not been rendered?
Goodness.
Is there a phone number you can dial? Is there a place we can go to?
1-800 eat shit.
Hey, I'm not saying that wives should be wary of this number, but there should be a number where we can at least call and complain. Now, I'm not saying that if you're drunk in a bar in Florida,
I'm sure there's a 976 number out there.
911 is probably not who you should call.
No.
But in the guy's defense, what number should he have called? Where can this man
I can't get no satisfaction. That's what he's saying.
Where can this man turn to for help in the state of Florida? In any state, where can this man turn to for justice? We have neglected this aspect.
Oh, my goodness. He needs his pimp daddy. That's who he needs to go to.
That's what the pimps are saying. If you'd have come to us, you'd have had no problem.
That's right.
This individual,
Went to the wrong one.
This individual solicitation, this is what you get.
Call 411 pimp daddy.
Now, I'm still not trying to pick on Florida. Jenny's
Yes,
mom,
you
can
are.
you read this one?
Stand by. What the heck? Florida man intentionally drove into jail, dropped several rubber snakes.
Rubber snakes. This was part of what was an elaborate, well thought out plan
To
from a man in Florida
bust his friends out
to bust his friends out.
with rubber snakes.
Here's what I'll do. I'll ram to the front door and I'll throw rubber snakes everywhere. In the confusion and dust, the officers will think these are real snakes. And when they scatter, I'll get the keys and let you guys out.
Except when they land on the floor, they're not going to squirm away.
No.
So make sure you run out that door.
You better do this quick. Needless to say, he didn't get very far because you got to give it to the cops in Florida. They just stood there and what the fuck did you do to our front door?
And they have guns.
Aren't you terrified
Even
of the
if they
snake?
were real snakes.
Like, no, I'll shotgun that thing if it was real. I'm just saying, there's so many wherefores and what have yous here. But again, Florida, I'm not sure what you're fucking thinking there. But hey, A for effort. I mean, this guy
And
had
what's
to
creative?
He had to get drunk on a Saturday night and go, I'll see you guys Monday morning. I'm going to ram the door and rubber snakes. I'm good to go.
And he ruined his car in the process.
He did. He fucked everything
Yeah,
up. All right,
good.
Gen X Mom, read the next one.
Woman accused of impersonating Florida Highway Patrol told troopers she fell in love with the look. It was style.
It was style. I wasn't trying to impersonate you. Goes to the judge and says, Your Honor, I just really love the look of a Florida Highway Patrol officer. You can't that's not a crime. You can't commit. How do you commit a crime when you're doing something that you love?
Call the fashion police.
Call the fashion police. Except for the judge reminded her, well, what about the fake police car you bought, the light on the hood, and the fact that you were walking around knocking on doors with your little notebook trying to give people citations? I'm sorry. Was that just completing the ensemble?
That was a fashion choice.
That was a fashion, yes, completing the ensemble. Well, I had to have the car and the notebook. Those are my accessories. But that was her defense. When they arrested her,
wow,
they busted her, and she said, "Hey, well, it's just something I really enjoy."
Fashion choice.
I'm telling you. All right, I think you got a couple more here. Not trying to pick on Florida. Gen X Mom, you got to read this one, and then there's several angles to think about this story.
Florida restaurant closes after 7 customers allege they tested positive for meth after eating there.
I don't even know where to go with this story. I don't. Now, is this 7 people that really got sick? And how do they know to get tested for meth? If they're throwing up beef, it's like, okay, I got sick. But on meth? Here's another one. What if it was 7 meth heads that got together and just said they got sick on meth to get something from the restaurant?
Do you get the munchies when you're on meth?
I don't know.
I don't know either. So they had meth, they got the munchies, started eating steak, and then when they started throwing up, because first they had the meth, but then they started eating, which made them get sick, and they went to the hospital.
No.
They tested and got it.
That didn't. When you get to the hospital, like, hey, you're on meth.
No, it was in the steak.
I was on the steak, man. It's in the steak. Okay, that's 3 ways to look at it. Here's a 4th. Why would somebody put meth, which probably isn't super cheap or easy to come by, in food? If you're making people sick, it'd be one thing to have a whole restaurant of stoned people out of their mind, but I don't understand why someone would put the meth in there in the first place. What's it for?
Does it even work like that?
I don't. That was my 5th question. How would you know what to put it in? I mean, does it work in anything you put it in? Can you taste meth?
I thought wait, the only ones is you shoot it up,
I don't know.
What?
You cook it.
Cook it.
In a spoon, like heroin, maybe. I'm just saying, if someone actually did this, what were they trying to accomplish? And how did they know how to transfer the meth that it would work? I'm just saying. I'm just looking at it.
Okay. I am totally, thoroughly confused.
Hold on. Someone said something here in Facebook Blue. I got to get to it. Johnny O goes, well, that's a strange steak rub to have. But each chef to his choice. Oh my God. Sounds like entrapment, Shiloh says. Angel Tipsword, who when she's not filming porn, she says she goes, instead of saying that's messed up, Angel goes, that's messed up, man. Angel pulled a Mike Tyson. That's messed up, man. John Noons is checking in, said, good evening, Bryce Horning. It's 1,000 times easier and cheaper. He pleads the 5th on how he knows
How much was that steak with the meth in it? That's what I want to know.
Got to be an expensive steak. Was that actually written in the menu? Because that's with or without meth. You got to pay for that up front.
It's a new steak sauce, meth.
I'm just saying that was an odd thing to try, but leave it to Florida. All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to pick on Florida.
Yes, you are.
But can you read this one for me? Because I like this one.
Okay. Waiting. Man, he's handsome.
Isn't he?
Florida man accused of peeing on Sam's Club food, causing over $10,000 in damage.
The only way this makes sense to me is that he had just eaten a meth steak at a foreign restaurant and wandered over to Sam's Club. You got to tell me, why would you piss on the food in Sam's Club? Can you imagine being in a Costco and just being so bored you whip out your Johnson? Now, I have another question. Now, think about this logically. Okay. As we do here at Gen X Talks, we're going to apply some common sense to the whole thing. You name me what you could pee on in a Sam's Club or a Costco that would cause $10,000 in damage. Now, if you're peeing on a jar of pretzels, they're just going to come wash off the pretzel jars and put them back on the shelf. You tell me, what's going to cause... Now, you're going to tell me fruit? Okay, $10,000? I can't pee that long. I could not pee and cause $10,000 worth of damage, I'm sad to say. What did he piss on?
Well, what about the meat department that only has like those flimsy little saran wrap
You
on
think
it.
they would wash it off, or you think they'd put it back on the and put it back
God,
on the
I
shelf?
hope they wash it off.
No, well, yes. Their choices are clean it up or throw it away. Did they automatically throw everything out? Because if they did, I could see. But $10,000.
That's contaminated.
Okay, $10,000 in steaks. Could I piss if I really had to go? If I had to piss like a racehorse at the Kentucky Derby, could I piss long enough and accurately enough to damage $10,000 worth of stuff?
He really had to go.
I don't think there's even $10,000 worth of stuff in that refrigerator section. Now,
maybe he was spinning in a circle and spraying
and
everything.
what? Hit the washers and dryers? Because you're going to have to hit stuff expensive to cause $10,000 in damage. I mean,
it does say food.
It does say food. You tell me what he could see. Chad Hoffman says steaks. Guess he wanted to give some extra free samples to the. I don't know what they're talking about. Where you tell me. I'm just saying.
The bakery department? No, still not.
Tires? You going to tire department? All right. So this is the last thing to Florida. This came across my feed, not as a jab against Florida.
Okay.
But just to prove a point. This is a T-shirt that was offered to me for purchase. Okay?
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you, not only do I inadvertently not intend to pick on the good citizens of Florida, but there's proof that you guys know you're a little fucked up. Because there's a shirt available, which needs to be drag and drop in the drag and drop section, that reads, "Not all of us are stupid." That's what the T-shirt says on the drag and drop section of the Gen X Talks podcast.
That's also America's mullet right there. You put it on a face.
America's mullet.
But
why would you sell the shirt unless you knew you were combating a problem? Someone had to get up one day and go, fuck it, I'm making a shirt. Because you know why? Because not all of us are this stupid. I submit to you. I'm just saying.
we need to make that shirt and put it in the
shouldn't
shop.
we also have a shirt that says, I'm not trying to pick on Florida, but... ... I mean, you'd think that would be a thing. Do you have anything between the sheets you'd love to say,
Let me go see. Let's see what's over here. Let's see. Rumble. Daniel says Florida is made up of 99% people from the other 49 states. Not necessarily the best in the crop either. That's what he says.
There is a message that came through hidden on Facebook Blue.
Ooh.
I don't know why it's hidden. I'm going to unhide it. It's from your buddy Graham Gordon. Is Christine Matlock the $2 person of the evening? Mid-afternoon seniors, for those that go to bed at 7. You don't get a $2 lady of the night. You get a $2 lady of the afternoon. I didn't tell anybody that, but that's right. Graham Gordon got it. She is the $2 hoe tonight.
All right.
Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, who will be at the Gen X Talks barbecue, who will be in the competition, the steak cook-off competition. Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, Christine Matlock, married to Ben Matlock.
Never lost a case.
Never lost a case. I'm assuming they'll both be there, but Christine will definitely be there.
She better be there or she forfeits.
She forfeits. And just so you know, she will be there signing autographs for free all night. Yeah.
Scott Royston gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships tonight on YouTube. Florida Man celebrating 26 months. On YouTube, Christine Matlock is celebrating 10 months. Top Knots is celebrating 35. And Rock and Roll Noel
Big numbers.
is celebrating 36 months.
Well done.
Brent Went Fishing gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. Take a drink of your hydration.
I did.
John Morgan for $2. The restaurant bought the steaks from Sam's Club. And Casino, something player, $2 for all the Florida stories. Funny AF as fuck.
Yeah. All right. Going back to our program here. You guys know that I scroll through Google and just see what comes up on my feed. Very interesting stuff. I thought this was appropriate to bring about as a motion here. 11 of the most adorable small towns in Nevada. Yeah. I'm moving to Dayton, Nevada. It's a small town. It's adorable. Guess what town wasn't on the list? Yeah. Yeah. Dayton. Okay. Next one for Google. On the drag and drop section of the program where we do a little drag and drop when it has to be done, and this time it did, 10 of the most welcoming towns in Nevada's countryside. Yeah. Guess what wasn't on the list? Dayton, Nevada, where I'm moving to. Yeah, no Dayton. Dayton apparently isn't adorable. Dayton isn't welcoming. I don't know. They didn't tell me not to show up there, but they certainly weren't welcoming. Here's one little test for you. This is a test to see if the members know or the people in the comment section. I will look for Facebook Blue. Looking. Bryce Horning's in there. John Noons is checking in. Now listen to me. Fernley was on one of those lists, Bryce, just so you know. Okay, this Nevada town is older than the state itself. This saloon in this town is older than the state itself.
Is that...
Do you know? You're not going to blow up by saying the answer before I get... Boy, if
no,
you...
but I'm thinking something.
But your woman, boy, chicks, man, you just about said it. I come across this table. I'll take you outside right now. You want to fight? You want to go? We'll go. What town is this saloon in? And I wonder if the Sun Valley Fox was there when this had its opening debut. Opening day of this saloon in this town. Let's look it up. Dayton is cool. Fernley, got a lot. OG. Dayton is a secret, says Dale Wine. Bryce actually got it right over here. Nope, Shiloh's wrong. It's not Elko. What are your guesses over there on YouTube or abroad? Anybody guess?
Somebody said Dayton. Goldfield, Virginia City.
Nope.
Dodge City, Genoa. I was thinking it was that little town outside of Vegas. We were going to go to it.
Goldfield.
Remember? Nope.
Tonopah.
Outside. Nope. It didn't have a name. We were going to
Mesquite?
go. No.
If it doesn't have a name, what am I guessing
like
for?
It was a really tiny outside of Vegas, but I can't think of the... Oh, shit.
Well, someone on your team already got it. Someone over there got it there, and Bryce got it here.
Okay. What is it?
Genoa.
I said, yeah.
They said, not you said, they said Genoa. Yeah. And I wonder if your brother, the Sun Valley Fox, has been in that bar. And I wonder how close to opening day he made it. You know, brand new saloon back in before 1861. You got to know your brother was out here. It wasn't a dry county, but not a lot of people serving whiskey back in that day. But when a bar opens, you had to assume your brother took a bath, showered up, put on his Sunday duds, and was right there at the bar with his foot on the brass rail.
He was the welcoming party.
When it opened up. I'm just saying.
He was probably serving behind the bar.
He might have been. I'm just asking. He hasn't really said one thing, so I'm just letting you guys know. But if that bar is still there, I'd like to take a peek at it myself one day. One more thing about the state of Nevada, just a little homework done here. In the news every day is more Las Vegas homeowners falling behind on payments, report says, and foreclosures. Now, this isn't the biggest downturn Vegas has had. We all lived through 2008. We know what that was like in the housing crisis. But this is a terrible trend right now. And you add to that, the other biggest news in Las Vegas is tourism has plummeted. There are people getting laid off left and right. And I just read something that tips are way down in Vegas. Now, all the news agencies, tips are down in Vegas. It's Trump's fault. Didn't Trump say no taxes on tips? Please tell me how that would cause someone to not tip.
The stuff that I'm reading about is people aren't tipping because, like, on the Strip, the valet costs like $50. They've raised it so high that people are going, then take their tip out of the price. Right. Because they're not tipping on top of 50.
But with a valet, I could see that. But they said drinks in the casinos, the girls would add up their tips at the end of the night, and it was about 50% of their drink purchases were also tips. They could make 40 to 50% of if they sold $1,000 in booze, they get $500 in tips. It's now down to around 10%.
It's because they raised the drink prices.
Are you sure about that? Is that what's happened?
They're on the Strip. The people are saying, there's no more like buffets.
No.
There's no more draw to have people come in and do anything. That's what I'm reading is they have just put up the prices.
Back in the early 90s when I lived in Las Vegas, and I lived there for a couple years, one of the running jokes or running stories that we always used to tell people was, how could you ever go hungry in Las Vegas? Because you guys remember back in those days, 99-cent buffet at Circus Circus,
dollar
or
beers,
$3.99 steak dinners to get you into those places.
Yeah,
there was no reason you could ever be hungry in Las Vegas with the restaurant and buffet prices that low. And now they're gone. No, they're all gone now. Food in the last 20 years gone through the roof. But I'm telling you, I was there. I remember the billboards and the
My
signs.
parents used to go to Vegas just for that. They loved that stuff.
Everybody went to Circus because the buffets were so cheap. But nobody liked staying there, unfortunately. But that was where you went to eat.
Well, we just talked about the mini bar.
Yeah.
And they've taken the refrigerators out of the hotels. They don't want you bringing in your stuff.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
Taking the mini bars, taking the fridges out. That was horrible when we went to Red Rock or somewhere, and the refrigerator was gone. We went to another one. The refrigerator was there, but it was filled with all their stuff.
And if you touched it, you were done.
And Mike Perkins, I think, was the one. Big Mike Perkins, the Gen X Talks Uber driver. He rolled up in his 1987 Escort wagon. And he valet parks that thing, gets all of his gear, took all of their stuff out of the fridge, put all of his stuff in the fridge. When he left, he put all their stuff back. And they said, well, you owe us $195 for all the things. He goes, it's all back in your fridge. I just moved it out for a little while. And it was true. None of it spoiled. The sodas didn't spoil. The water didn't spoil. They didn't have milk products in there. Everything he put back, he argued with them on the spot. And the dude had to go up and check the room. He came back down and said, yeah, it's all there. Everything's in there. He took all their shit out and says, I just wanted a fridge. And since you put your shit in there, I just took it out. But it's all back now, baby. It's all you. That was the funniest shit I'd ever heard in my life. Yeah, some of the casinos you have to ask for a refrigerator.
Or you have to pay extra for a fridge to be put into your room now. We had to do that.
I was in the middle of saying you can ask for a fridge, but they charged us $15 a day for the fridge. It's like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I don't know. See, Graham Gordon, he's on the bad list over here. He's got all of his comments are hidden.
That's kind of weird.
$500 a day is a good wage. That's the extreme high, Graham. But there at Vegas Strip, if you're willing to expose most of your boobs, accidentally rub up against the high rollers, you can get $500 a shift. No problem. I knew girls I worked on their cars in Vegas. They were making $2,000 a night pulling a double shift. True story. I don't know if they were naked or not. I didn't ask. I just fixed their car. All right. I think that was it. I think we went to... Oh, no. I had another one I wanted to bitch about, too. This one just... God, another drag and drop section of the program. Guess what we'll do? We'll drag and we'll drop. Welcome to the drag and drop section of Gen X Talks. Are Ryobi and Milwaukee tools made in the same factory? Now, you're a chick. You're not totally into tools. I'm going to ask you. If it was proven that this building that manufactured power tools built Milwaukee tools and built Ryobi tools, as a Ryobi toolman, wouldn't you say, hey, they're built in the same factory as Milwaukee, therefore they're just as good as Milwaukee? Wouldn't you be able to say that?
I guess, yeah.
Is it true? I'm asking you, is it true?
I don't know.
Take a guess. If it was true that they were built in the same factory, would you believe a Ryobi salesman if he said, "Hey, it's built in the same factory, same quality, same parts, same everything, just buy ours"?
No.
Why? It's built in the same factory.
But it's a different name, different brand.
So it's a different color, but it's all the same inside stuff. What do you care?
I don't know.
Let me get something off my chest that has pissed me off for my entire goddamn life. And I think there's a few of you out there that know what I'm talking about. You might even agree with me. I'm going to bet a $100 bill that the Sun Valley Fox goes along with me on this one. And he is the patriarch of all we hold sacred. So you got to listen. Just because something's built... Hang on. I got to readjust for this one because I'm angry. Just because something's built in the same building doesn't mean that Ryobi is built to the same specifications. There was back in the day, there used to be, when I was working on cars years ago, there was 3 factories in the United States that built batteries, and they built everybody's batteries. But each manufacturer would come in and go, here, build ours extremely high quality, durable, and last forever. We're charging a bunch. There was other battery companies that would come in and say, make us the cheapest, shittiest battery that we can put on the shelf inside of a 7-Eleven underneath the used Slurpee cups. And they'd build it to those specifications. But the cheap guys would always say, hey, we're built in the same factory as the big guys. Valvoline used to blend oils for everybody. The shittiest oil on the planet. Valvoline would go, well, if you want us to blend this oil for you and package it in Ray Lube, and they sold Ray Lube in 7-Eleven. They would package it. They go, this is shitty. This is barely even engine oil. All right, we'll do it. But then guess what? Ray Lube salesmen come around and say, it's made by Valvoline. Well, technically, you're not going to see Valvoline's name on it anywhere. But people that come around and tell you that, say, it's built in the same factory as those guys, built in the same factory over there, the same. Okay, technically it's built in the same building, but it's not built to the same specifications. I don't know how much more clear I can be on that. And that in manufacturing goes a long way. So the next time anybody goes, hey, this is manufactured in the exact same spot by the exact same people that build X, Y, and Z, 1, 2, and 3, baby, and ours is cheaper. You got to keep that in mind. It's one of the biggest scams on the planet that people fucking tell you, and I'm sick of hearing it, just so you know. That's the way I feel about that.
All right, get off your soapbox now.
Well, it's, that's just like how you've heard me say this next quote. Someone will come up and say, hey, why don't you buy this right here? They've been building these things for 100 years. And, look like Ford. Ford's been building cars for 100 years. I say that to people. People come and say, buy this vacuum cleaner. They've been making vacuum cleaners for 150 years. And I go, Ford's been making cars for 150 years. I don't like all the Fords either. Just because someone's been doing something for a long time doesn't mean they're fucking good at it. That's my, okay, I'm done. Most of you know Danielle Spencer. It doesn't look like her right now, but if you picture the girl from What's Happening, remember Rerun and Raj and Hey, Haywood Nelson? You guys remember her? She was the girl on the show that says, "Ooh, I'm telling Mom." Remember, she was Raj's little sister in that. She passed away today. I didn't really post it. I guess, Gen X Mom, did you post some stuff about that?
I did.
Danielle Spencer. They didn't say what happened to her. I was looking online, and this morning they didn't put out, I couldn't find why she died. I did talk to Haywood Nelson today, and he was really shook up about it. He was really broke up. This was one of his dear friends, and he was doing interviews all day long on, what he knew about her. And this is, his chance to say goodbye and let the whole world know what he thought of her, and he just adored her. But he was having a real hard time with all of this, of course. And then I found out she had a long battle with cancer. I didn't see what kind, but when you listen to Haywood, I did an interview with Haywood about a year ago, and we did talk about Danielle, and he said she was so perfect at that straight person, that straight man, deadpan, look in your eye without smiling, and deliver that comedic line. Her timing was impeccable. He goes, you just never run into people like that. And she was so young. And then she stayed out of acting. She did a few little things here and there, but she got married and did stuff. And for her to be gone, I just wish she'd have done more stuff. 'Cause, even if she was typecast and still did that kind of humor, it was such a part of the show. In fact, you couldn't have done What's Happening or What's Happening Now without her. Mm-hmm. You just couldn't have. So she's gone, but it was a little bit more personal because of Haywood. Just thought I would say something out loud and let you guys know. Is there anything you want to add in the sheets while I hydrate?
Let me see what's over there. Let me see. Harmonica 78. It says Ed, member for 22 months. Sweets is celebrating 30 months. And the real Christine Matlock for $4.99. Why am I being whored out for free? My autograph is worth at least a drink.
You heard it. Christine Matlock, the Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, said she would sign your boobs, your butt, but not your Johnson for a drink. At the Gen X Talks barbecue. But tonight, she is the $2 whore. Don't you forget it.
Star Roberts gifted 10 memberships tonight.
Hey, Star, love you, buddy. Now, listen, I just figured something out, or Graham Gordon did. Graham Gordon is on Facebook Blue with other people in here. Aaron Heath is in there. Shiloh's in there. I'm reading. I've got my site set on the Facebook Blue comment section. Graham's everything he writes is hidden. I have to physically unhide it. Shiloh says, as a moderator, she can't see him.
Huh.
Graham figured it out.
What is it?
I'm going to have a little talk with Danny H. We might have to lower Danny H's rank in the Gen X Talks membership and on Gen X Talk staff. Graham Gordon figured out he is in a secret woodshed. He can't get out.
Really?
I have to let him out. So Danny H., I don't know what the fuck you're doing over on Facebook. You had to have signed in on your wife's account because you don't Facebook. But what other explanation can there be for a man who's just trying to be heard? He's just trying to be heard, ladies and gentlemen. He wants something to say.
Why are you calling Danny H out?
Who else can put someone in a secret woodshed but Danny H? Isn't Danny H the woodshed guy?
Yeah, but you don't know that for sure. You're putting blame where it doesn't belong right now. I am the Danny H advocate right now.
I'm casting aspersions where they should go.
No.
Just like everyone else in America, I'm passing judgment with no facts at all.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just saying. Facebook is lagging and not showing several people's comments. It's Facebook, not Gen X Talks. The porn star Angel Tipsword is not happy about that. She's a little upset.
Okay.
I'm just glad she wasn't working a lot today. Didn't have a lot of filming to do, so she can relax with a drink and watch the Gen X Talks live stream go by. Okay. I clicked on this. This came across my Facebook feed.
1 second. Danny H. Hold on. Danny H for $5 says, in the words of Bill the Butcher, oh no, he's done nothing. Earn a mark from me yet.
So you say, Danny H. So you say. I clicked on this. 5 companies that will send you money when you ask nicely.
Now that you can't.
I clicked on that.
You can't even. No way.
I said, yeah.
No way.
I said, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm like, all right. This was such bullshit.
You don't know how to ask nicely.
I can ask nicely.
No, you don't.
Well, I can hire someone.
You're very demanding.
To ask nicely. This was all bullshit. It was all, if you subscribe and if you buy this part of their company, this product, they'll send you money for that. If you put $1,000 in a checking account, they'll send you $50. It was all, the ask nicely part had strings attached.
Of course, every time. It always does.
Oh, just like sex or marriage, it was just a bunch of bullshit.
Have.
I love this. I was looking for you, sweetheart. I was looking at something for you.
Right.
Designing our new backyard one day, once our house is built one day, and there's water and electricity and plants one day. And this picture just pops up. It says, look at the before and after. If you use our AI, this is what your yard could look like. Now,
really? If you just put the AI and then poof, your backyard turns into that?
It's going to have to, because a couple things popped into my brain. I'm in a drag and drop section. Welcome to the drag and drop section of this program. Let me do a little drag and drop. I don't mean to take this away from you. I hope you can still see it, but listen to me. People of the good ship, hear me speak. People of the good ship, hear me speak. I think the before and after on the AI is a little bit deceiving, and here's why. What are they going to tell you? Hey, when you're all done, paint your tree brown.
Well, I was going to say...
Wait, let me get mine out first.
Okay.
Paint your tree brown. Now you can change the fence and you can change the flowers and you can put rocks on the ground, but you're not changing the color of your fucking tree unless you paint it. So that's got to be part of the AI. By the way, buy a gallon of stain and stain your tree. Now, what were you saying?
I was saying there's something... It's one of these pictures where it's like, what doesn't match? Like the trees, look at the bottom. They're two different, aren't those two different trees?
Not even if they're the same tree. Here's the other one that really got me going. At the end of this, they say, now you can use our AI and we'll show you where to put your stones. You can put your orange flowers at the bottom. You can change your fence. You can put up some fake ivy over there because you can have this all done in one afternoon. And by the way, you're going to have to stain your tree with your choice of color of stain. Stain your tree to look like this and you'll be good to go. Oh, and one more thing. Beyond your fence, get your neighbor to plant some really fucking red flowery things. You're going to have to buy it fully grown, of course, and in season so that you can plant it there in your neighbor's yard so now your view matches the picture. Why in the fuck would the AI change the scenery in your neighbor's yard beyond the fence?
They're telling you move somewhere else.
What the fuck is going on here?
Move somewhere else.
I'm just saying that these things, I know, I do apologize. I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert.
And AI didn't do very well on those things in the grass.
The bricks? No.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
No. I'm just saying that my brain sees things differently. When I clicked on this and looked at it, I'm like, who's stained the tree? Who's going to put the flowers and the trees in the neighbor's yard? That's where my brain went. I don't know where yours went. I'm sorry if you're part of this company and now you're sitting there crying because I've ruined your advertisement. But what the fuck, Chuck? Seriously, I'm just saying.
That is funny.
All right, let's finish with something strong here. Please, you guys, the Mayhem and Minute is coming up. I don't even know if there's tickets left. If you try to buy one and there's not, that means we're full. If you buy two, you probably bought the last two. But it is a live in-person meet and greet at the end of this month. It is at the Foxhole Studios in Minden, Nevada. It is being hosted by the Sun Valley Fox and St. Donna. All the accommodations have been made. All the things have been rounded up and ready to go. We're just running out the clock here until we can all hang out. There are people driving over in RVs, staying at nearby parks. People are flying in, going to hotels. Dr. McDreamy's going to be there. Iceman from Bodfish will be making a 2-day appearance. This weekend includes a Bottom of the Glass Nation show. Sun Valley Fox is going to bring out his extended Ben Franklin table, the one they used, the very table they used at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, so we can all sit around it.
He's kept it all these years.
All these years. He only brings it out for special occasions. Won't bring it out for me, but he's bringing it out for you. We're all going to sit around that table with cameras and microphones and have a great time doing a very, very, very special live stream on that Saturday before. Then the event itself comes along, and that's going to be a big thing on that Sunday afternoon. You guys can all get drunk and pass out at the hotels or RV parks. Why? Because you don't have to go to work on Monday. It's a holiday.
And we have a Gen X Talks Uber driver to take you
We
anywhere
do.
you want to go pass out.
Big Mike Perkins. He's not doing it for free, but he is your Uber driver. You don't got to log in. You just got to take care of the guy. He just got a fresh coat of paint on his 1987 Ford Escort wagon. It now, the back lock now works, so you can put your gear in the very back.
Be the first to ride in it with the upgrade.
That's right. Be the first Gen X Talks membership to ride in it. Ready to go. Ready for you guys.
John Morgan wants to know, are the steaks at the barbecue meth flavored?
You know what? I don't know if they've been peed on. We'll have to find out.
Chef.
It's up to each chef. I don't know what rub they're using, as was stated earlier in Facebook Blue. So just so you guys know, that's a big thing that's happening there. There's a steak challenge cook-off. Chef John is flying in just for the event. Should be a lot of fun to have him go up against Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, see how that pans out. We got more on that later, but you guys, good moderators are putting up the links right now,
Yes,
just to
they
let you
are.
guys know. Another
Yes, they
thing
are.
that good moderators should be doing, and I know Danny H. has got this covered, but I don't know about the rest of you. If you guys are wondering, are we having a show? Are we running late? Are we on time? Is the show moved? Here's the link. We have a page that is updated daily, and it shows you just what's going on with each particular show. You can scroll to each one. There's a picture, and you know if we're on time. You know we're on track. If nothing's changed, assume everything's good. If we're running into trouble on our end, we'll let you know. We missed the Saturday show, but there was a picture up there 3 days in advance. The Sun Valley Fox was letting you guys know that we're going to be on the road. And I still had people go, there's no show tonight? Why is there no show tonight? Hey, motherfucker, check the website like normal people. Oh, well, you didn't tell me. Well, are you a member of Patreon? Because we could have sent you an No, I'm not a member of Patreon, and I didn't check the website. Well, how the fuck was I supposed to get through to you? Were we supposed to be both wearing aluminum foil on our heads at the same time, and I was supposed to think real hard about it? Come on, put in some effort there. The link is there for a reason. Everything's on the website all the time. Yeah, if you guys want to know what size shoe the Sun Valley Fox wears, if you dig around enough, you'll find it. It's on there. Everything's there. Is he left-handed or right-handed? Is his left eye blue or is his right eye blue? You'll never know till you go look. These things and much more at your disposal.
Also, between the moderators and myself, if you are a part of Discord, which is free, and you don't want to pay your $1 for Patreon, we usually post it in there in the main chat to let you know.
Discord has a really good group of Gen Xers that talk. Discord is just old style chat rooms. There's one for politics. There's one for sports. There's one for food. Go in the ones you want. Don't go in the ones you don't want. Main chat's a good place. There's also one that Chris Disney Kid, Chris Yerger on Facebook, Disney Kid on YouTube. He is the Discord overlord. He's the guy who keeps everything choreographed. If he catches wind of some sort of a change in the program, he's first in there to let you guys know. But you guys got to join. You just sign up with your email. It's free. Nobody bothers you.
Drop'em's going, come talk to me. I'll chat with you. There you go. Go meet Drop'em in Discord.
And Chris Yerger just put up the official link, discord.gg/Gen X Talks. That way you guys get to know. All right.
Even Brentwood Fishing says, come on over to Discord.
Pat Nelson in Facebook Blue says, where is Wednesday shows? There should be an off-the-record picture, which is the Wednesday show. And we will make another announcement. Are you ready? For those of you still hanging on, are you ready? Now, I know when I make this announcement, Sun Valley Fox is going to be pissed. He's going to say, you didn't run this by me. You did not run this by me. We were doing a Friday show every Friday. Every Friday. Boom, 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 boom. Every Friday was a show, but 1 week it was the garage show. 1 week was the world show. Next week was the garage show. Next week was the world show. We're really not going to gain the traction we want doing that. Every Friday is going to be a garage show, so we're not adding anything more to the plate there. We're doing a show anyway, but from now on, Fridays are going to be garage, garage, garage. We'll like start doing a few of these from the Sun Valley Fox's location because his garage, if we can work out logistically a couple things, we can bring our gear over there. You know, we got mobile gear. And it should be a lot of fun to bounce around and do some stuff with the Sun Valley Fox. Plus, you guys love it when he kicks the shit out of me because in the patriarch of the hierarchy, what am I going to say? It's like having your older brother. You can talk down to up. You can't. So you guys love that part when he makes fun of me because I can't say shit. You guys like it when I do it to Briggs, but you guys see where that goes. So we won't be doing that a ton, but once in a while, I'll let you guys blow off a little steam and make fun of me, not just with me. Now, where does that leave the world show? Wednesday. Now, I know some of you are going to disagree with this. I think we're doing it Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm at work Wednesday. Then catch the rerun. But Gen X Mom has decided that she wants to take that format and do a 3 o'clock world show and catch the East Coast. Okay? The last two time zones over there, she wants to catch them live. Mountain time and Pacific time, you guys can catch it on the rerun if you're not off work or you're not retired or you can't listen in your ear. That's what she wants to do. So I'm going to change the schedule. You guys are all going to see it. Every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we're going to do a world show. We might broaden where we show it to draw in a few more people. Instead of 3 people watching, we're trying to go for 9. You see how we do it there? And if we do that, you guys can still watch the rerun. When you get home in the evening, it'll all be done. It'll all be posted. Everything will be just live, goes right onto the Facebook or YouTube, whatever you want.
Wednesday could be like a double header.
Yeah.
You'll get the world show early, then we'll take a break, and then off the record will be that evening.
Off the record will be at 7, world show at 3.
You get a two for Wednesday, not 2 for Tuesday.
No,
2 for Wednesday.
2 for Wednesday. We got to think of a better terminology for that. So just so you know, world shows are moving to Wednesday. Constant every Friday garage show, which should speed that thing along. And we do have off the record Wednesday night when it gets dark everywhere at 7 o'clock. You guys should enjoy that one too. So that's the announcement. We'll put it up on all the member sites for you guys, let you guys know what's going on. But that gives you clairvoyance to the things you need to know. And like I said, in the beginning, we were asked about an Amazon store. We do not have an Amazon store, but we do have a Bottom of the Glass Nation section coming up on our storefront. Moderators will begin during the Bottom of the Glass Nation show. They're going to link you to that Bottom of the Glass gear. If you want to be part of that Bottom of the Glass gear, that's where you got to go. You see? During the Off the Record show, we'll show those. A garage show, we'll pass around those links. You guys can see the gear, the hats, the shirts, and the stuff we're doing for each show.
Let me make an announcement. Yeah. On the merch store, we have a Sun Valley Fox Nation collection that just hit a couple days ago.
We do?
Yes, we do. While the general was sick, Mama X dropped.
Oh, no.
The Sun Valley Fox Nation merch.
You didn't run anything by me, did you? God
nope.
Damn. Well, so you guys know we're breaking the store up into sections like that. You can just hit the whole thing, and you can look for just shirts or just by category. But yeah, everything will be exploding on there, expanding, getting bigger, and then we're going to link it to all of our platforms. We haven't done that yet, but it's coming, just so you guys know. And just so you know, merch does help us out. The affiliate links on Amazon, when you go to the Shit Dad Likes page, which is a real page on the bottom of our website, Stuff Dad Likes, that helps us. And so does the merch store. Just keeps us going on stuff. So if you like us being around, the memberships that you guys donate, Scott Royston, Star Roberts, the usual suspects, and others, thank you for doing that. I think on Facebook, we got 200 stars tonight. Where the fuck was Facebook tonight? You guys couldn't muster up another 150 stars so I can get a drink after work today? Thanks a lot for that. All right. Anyway, we got to get out of here. I'm not sure what's going on. Do you have anything else in the sheets you want to run by before we go?
Let me go check that out. Nope, I'm good.
Well, we've done a little bit over an hour and 24 minutes. The light is green. The trap is clean. The sheets are empty. Gen X Mom, say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you guys for
Bye-bye.
listening in. Thank you guys for having a good time along with us. Apologies to everybody who lives in Florida. Just kidding. I'm not apologizing for that. You guys did that. You earned every bit of that disrespect. You guys have earned that. It's a lot of fun. Thank you guys for being in good spirits. Not sure where you're listening in from around the planet. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in life. Number 1, wherever you go, there you are. And number 2, do you know? She's mouthing it. Number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out, baby.